Charlotte, thank you very much indeed. Here comes John Gaunt with the newspapers. People very appreciative of what you've had to say so far this morning,
Not
John.
all of what he had to say.
Sorry?
Not all of what he had to say.
Well, I think 95% of people. But
Charlotte's found one email.
Charlotte's found
from
one
a dad.
email to criticise. Have you got it there, Charlotte? Have you got it?
Not to hand. There was more than one.
Oh yeah, that'd be right.
Oh,
No, the
one and a
charity
half.
stuff. That was all that they
The
were.
charity
Yeah.
stuff.
I
Not the
didn't
hanging.
agree with you then.
Everyone agrees with me on the hanging.
So here he goes again, and this time we go to the Daily Telegraph and one of my favourite programmes, and that is, well, Life on Mars was Ashes to Ashes, followed it. Philip Glenister, who plays DCI Gene Hunt. What's he got to say?
Well, he's great, and of course my dad is going to start having a go at you. And do you know what? It's dangerous. Get 100 hours community service. 100 hours community service.
Clock-changing thing that really gets on my nerves, because they say, oh, we didn't mean to steal anything, we didn't mean to steal your house, but they go and they change the locks. You didn't mean to steal it.
He says to the judge, the Romanian, oh, well, we needed somewhere to live.
Stupid friendly.
Yeah, we've got to look after him now. I can see why Fergie would be upset as a team, so it's a big concern.
But that happens for lots of teams, and I would say lots of sports people play with an injury of some sort. They just have to look after it properly, and I'm sure Man U will look after that.
Yeah, Man U will, but he shouldn't have been playing for... Besides John, do you have any phobias, anything you're frightened of?
I really don't like spiders.
You don't like
Even
spiders?
the smallest spiders, which is ridiculous, you know, because they're harmless.
Jacqueline?
Don't mind spiders, don't like rats.
I don't like rats.
No.
Nor mice. Indeed, that's John Gaunt. That's your newspapers this Tuesday morning. Appreciate it, John. Everything would have been done under the auspices of the European Space Agency. So what's going to happen now? There's going to be a British version of this?
Well, we've always had the British...
To space?
Absolutely, yes. We have our own national policy, and we also contribute to the European Space Agency.
Helicopter test pilot, right? That's
right.
what you do for the Army Air Corps?
That's right. I was in 18 years with the Army Air Corps.
And then what happens? You're selected, you're seconded to the European... People think it's all about Star Trek, it's all about infinity and beyond, but actually what you're saying is...
Oh, terrified, that just terrifies me.
No.
You want to go and it's like an aeroplane, you can sit in business, don't you?
That's exactly what I want. A sort of Captain Kirk seat, and to be able to just look out one of those big windows and see it all there. How rough is the training and what you've experienced? I'm sure you've had to do all that weightlessness and the vomit comet and all that, so have you done that?
We've actually got that coming up next month, but it has been a fascinating...
Because of the recession, of course, they are clawing back their whole programme and base station, so Britain, up until now, the only industrialised country in the world that hasn't had a single body to look at our activities beyond the Earth. That's all going to change. Thank you very much indeed, Tim Peake.
Thank you.
Jacqueline, sports-wise?
Yeah, lots of Twitters say...
We've just had a tweet from the International Space Station. There's a guy up there that even do that. How amazing. What a small world. Thank you very much indeed. We'll be back after this, all the top stories. This is happening. I'll have the front pages of the papers for you right after this from Charlotte. Morning, Charlotte.
Morning, Eamon. News on China, and the state media there has accused Google of violating promises by stopping internet censorship in the country. Google says its Chinese users will automatically be directed to uncensored pages in Hong Kong. Our China correspondent Peter Sharp has the details.
What's that, tennis-sized golf balls?
Yes, I got my words a little bit mixed up, but what I was trying to say was it said golf balls.
They were big.
But they were more like tennis balls or cricket balls.
They were pretty big.
They were.
If one's hit you, let us know about it. You probably won't be in a position to let us know about it, but news@sky.com, at Eamon Holmes is the Twitter, at Sky Charlotte as well. What else is happening with Charlotte? And then I'm going to be talking to one woman about her horrifying tale of being stalked and how she plans to change the law.
Thanks, Eamon. Chinese state media has accused Google of violating promises by stopping internet censorship in the country. Google's... Now, it's perhaps not the kind of late summer's day the people of Perth in Western Australia had in mind. A freak storm hit and it brought more than 4 times the monthly average of rain in just 2 hours. Winds were up to 75 miles an hour. And hopefully we can see the hailstones because they were impressive.
Oh, sticking its tongue out as well. Thanks, Charlotte. Thanks very much indeed. An amazing story now. Well, the gang's all here, all gathered to go through the showbiz stories in the newspapers today for your delectation, led by Hannah Fernando, the director of news at Heat Magazine, not just news. It's a very good title, very good title. So all the news showbiz-wise today, and we've got Philip Glenister, who plays DCI Gene Hunt, making the headlines.
Yes, yes at all.
And of course the whole marriage implications don't go away. She's under a lot of pressure at the moment.
Though they're saying the divorce is on hold for the time being.
We've got Madonna. Just before the break we were talking about Madonna.
You know, she's very, very happy there, but also she's filming, so it kind of goes hand in hand, really. She's going to
be in a movie?
She's going to be in a movie.
She's directing it, I think, isn't she?
Yeah, and I think she's in it as well. But yeah, so in a way, it's kind of she's going to be back because of that, but also because she has the pull of England. She loves it so much.
The pull of Coronation Street now for a new star guest, maybe.
Yeah, Cilla Black. Apparently Coronation Street have been after Cilla for a...
Have been in it.
Oh, have you?
But I mean,
Well,
all the
my
time.
name,
I love that Eamon Holmes.
That's basically what she said. No, actually, she said
She missed them being there, but that she thought about them the whole way through. It's just that they wanted a very private affair. So quite nice, really, that they kept
I like
it out
that
of the
headline.
limelight.
Isla Fisher. Isla Fisher. And sports-wise, you've got a sport...
In your handbags. Lewis Hamilton and Jensen Button have launched their own clothing range for Marks and Spencer. For women's handbags, the really good ones, cost £2,000 each. Jensen Button was saying that's just too much money for a handbag. And some of them even cost £20,000. And Louboutins cost £800. How does he know all that? And because he's got a lot of money and probably a girlfriend who likes that kind of thing. And Lewis Hamilton's response was, just stock up the next time you go to China, she'll never know the difference.
Oh, she will now.
Would you? Would you know the difference?
Yes, I would.
Would you?
I wouldn't.
Of course you would. Yeah, you would know when it fell apart.
Well, no
2
man
months
would know
later.
the difference. That's the mistake
They
they
would
would
with the
make.
price tag, yeah.
But if you're earning that sort of money, I think that's quite a
what's he
cheapskate
worth?
remark, frankly.
35 million, something?
Now, before we get to the emails, all the way as regards your emails.
Lots of comments, unsurprisingly, on that this morning. Val says, is there ever going to be an end to MPs' dishonesty? Why would anyone want to vote at all? This is a truly revolting time in our history. And Martin in Selkirk says, wouldn't it be a refreshing change if just one of these MPs would stop denying everything and accept they were wrong and accept that it's a fair cop? And a lot of people very angry, actually, about them asking for £3,000 or £5,000 a day. We've had a lot on that as well this morning.
Yeah, OK, but they've got to work at something, I suppose. Well, there we go. You've had your views on it. You do not like it. You still think they don't get the message. Hannah, thank you very much indeed for the showbiz stories. Jackie and Charlotte, thank you very much indeed. Colin Brazier with the live desk right after this.
Charlotte has more at the news wall.
The decision to suspend the 3 former ministers came after they were secretly filmed by an undercover reporter, apparently discussing lobbying work for a fictional company. The footage showed Mr Byers, the former Transport Secretary, claiming that he was like a cab for hire. And the former Defence Secretary, Jeff Hoon, and the former Health Secretary, Patricia Hewitt, suggesting that they could charge £3,000 for a day's work. And last night, following the programme, the decision to suspend and investigate the MPs was taken by Labour's Chief Whip, Nick Brown, and also the party's General Secretary, Ray Collins. All 3 MPs deny any wrongdoing, and Mr Byers has referred himself to the Parliamentary Commissioner for Standards. Last night, the Labour Party also confirmed that the backbencher, Margaret Moran, who was also in the programme, had been suspended as well. Now, she was also controversially caught up in the MP's expenses scandal. Another Labour former minister, Baroness Morgan of Huyton, said she was referring herself to the Committee on Lord's Interest. And the Conservative MP, John Butterfield, he's also referred himself to the Standards Commissioner. But whatever conclusions the investigation into the MPs may draw, there's concern that yet again scandal is never far from Parliament.